Hey Dreamers, this is Jade and I'm here to do a flip through of my entire 2024 reading journal, and I'm going to try to be a little quick about it, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, this is just the start of it, how I decorated the front cover. And we start off with my bookshelfie for the year. I gave myself, I think it was 75 spots, even though my goal was only 56. So I actually ended up filling in all of this, so I had to go to another page here. And this here is my rating system. And it'll probably carry over my rating system to my new reading journal whenever I decide to sit down and get that figured out. And at this point it's February, so I haven't decided whether I'm just going to go ahead and put the entire thing together and then just flip through and show you what I did, or do it on camera with you all. So yeah, a lot of things to consider. And here is my book goals. See, I said 56 books. I had given myself here 75 spots. I went over that. I actually ended up reading 100 books for the year. And so I had to give myself extra spots in the back. And I did reach all of my other goals, which was to read 5 mangas, which I did more than that because I was reading the One Piece omnibus books, and there's 3 volumes in one. And I think I read at least 5 of them. And then to listen to at least 5 audiobooks. I listened to plenty of audiobooks, and to read at least 5 library books. And I read at least 5 physical library books, and I read plenty of ones you can rent from Libby and listen to the audiobooks from Hoopla. So yeah, crushed those. And then here are my books of 2024, and I actually had to go over in the back too because I didn't give myself enough room, because I did not anticipate reading 100 books. So here is basically just all of the cute little icons for the books of 2024 that I read. And flipping through here, oh, that's it for here. So there's more in the back. And here were my books of the month. Of course, One Piece made it here 3 times. The omnibus, loved That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. Book Lovers, Bloodmark was awesome. I can't wait for the 3rd and last in this series, which is the Jesus Christ, I can't remember, but you all know. You all know. Bloodmark. What was the first one? Oh, I can't remember. It's like completely leaving my head. Anyway, loved The True Love Experiment, so I do want to read more by Christina Lauren. Loved Blood Sugar. Wolf Song ended up being my favorite. I'll show you that. And so I have 2 more in the series, and the 3rd one I think is finally going to be released soon in paperback, so I need to grab that. When the Moon Hatched, I really enjoyed this book. The only thing about it was way too much description. It was too much. I think she was doing the most, just trying to make it sound, I think she was trying to make it sound lyrical and stuff, and it was unnecessary. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. Anyway, The Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell, that was the conclusion of the Simon Snow series. Loved it. And then I went through so many books in December, but not too many of them was giving me the wow factor. So I had settled on How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn as my favorite for that month, just because there really weren't any great contenders for that month. But I really actually enjoyed it. It made me laugh, so yeah. And then here is my book bracket for the year. So we had One Piece East Blue going up against How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. One Piece won that. That Time I Got Drunk going up against One Piece, and That Time I Got Drunk won that. Book Lovers going up against Any Way the Wind Blows, and Book Lovers won that. Blood Marked by Tracy Dion, and going up against When the Moon Hatched, and Blood Marked won for me. The True Love Experiment going up against One Piece volumes 7, 8, 9, and True Love Experiment got that one. Blood Sugar versus Wolf Song. Wolf Song got that. And so we ended up with One Piece, Blood Marked, and Wolf Song going head to head. And out of all 3 of those, Wolf Song happened to be my favorite of the year. I just love it so much. I still think about that story And then here is my reading log, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do this next year, or I may just pare it down. So I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But anyway, this is what it looks like, and I did it as a, where you cut it out. And so I ended up with, what, how many spots? 90 spaces here, but I ended up reading 100, and I didn't bother continuing this on to reach the 100. Here are all my DNFs for the year. I really tried with Daughter of the Gods, but it just didn't, it made no sense to me. It was just blocks and blocks of paragraphs. There was no dialogue, and then there was a whole bunch of terms that had no definition. You didn't know what it was no. And then Forever Mine, I just remember it being, not liking it. The subtweet, both of these characters in here, I think I got like 50, 60 or so pages in here. Anyway, I did not like either of the characters, the main characters, so I was like, it's a no for me. Angel's Rest, it was very religious, and oh, you having kids out of wedlock, and just no, not in 2025, absolutely not. Sorry, 2024. Lessons in Corruption. This was a super age gap motorcycle club book, and I wanted to read motorcycle club books, but I didn't go for this at all. So did not finish that one. Mary Janice Davidson, this is like a compilation or whatever, and the first story was okay, but the second one clearly depicts sexual assault, and they made it seem like it was just a thing, like it was just, oh, it's very casual. No, absolutely not. Got rid of that quickly. Lindsay Sands, The Bite Before Christmas. This was also 2 different stories, because Janine Frost wrote the other one. The first one, it started out okay, but the guy was given like backwoods redneck to me, and he kept calling this girl gal, and it's very dog whistly for me, so it was a no. Had to DNF that as well. Luca, absolutely not. I am very, very confused as to why people rave about this book. This woman leaves her very controlling boyfriend, I don't think he was a husband, with her kids, to only turn around, and then like, it's just very magical how everything happens for her. She immediately has a place to stay. Her friend gives her all of this money. She has a car. She has a job in less than like a week. And I'm like, this is not real life, okay? Number one. And then number two, and then they go to get the girl's brother out of jail, which is Luca. And from what I heard, he's also very controlling. So I'm like, and she's all about, oh, I'm not gonna, get in a relationship again and jump right into another. And she jumps right into another relationship, and he's also very controlling. So I'm like, absolutely not. And then Some Girls Bite. This was something I had on my bookshelf for forever, and I was like, okay, let me read these and get these off my shelf. It was really nothing wrong with it. Honestly, I was just bored, so I had to DNF that. And then here are my January spreads for the books that I really, really enjoyed. And so of course we have the manga for One Piece, volumes 1, 2, and 3. Absolutely love this story in its totality. I will never stop talking about this show and this story and these mangas. Is just brilliant. The characters, I can't. And here are my January stats, what I read. And then we move into February. And this was one of the books that I really enjoyed. Seduce Me at Sunrise by Lisa Kleypas. Loved. I think this was the second sister in the Hathaway series. So good. Anyway, I also decided to reread the Rotten Ruin series. Well, what I had gotten through, because I had the entire series, but I'd only read book one. So I wanted to go ahead and read the rest of the books and get them off my shelf. And I loved it just as much as I did the first time. So yeah, really, really enjoyed that. And then I read That Time I Got Drunk and Saved the Demon. I love these cute little fantasies by Kimberly Lemon. I think she's coming out with one about aliens this year, so that should be interesting. They're just really like cute, fluffy fantasy, romancy books, and I enjoy them. And then here is just like quick blurbs of the rest of the books that I read for that month. And then we got my February stats and books read. And then I decided to start making use of these calendars for what I read when I was reading, and when I was reading whatever I was reading, and the days that I was reading them. And then here we go again in March now, and Dustin Decay is the follow-up to Rotten Ruin. Really enjoyed this one as well. It was like Rotten Ruin on steroids. Also enjoyed Book Lovers so much. I listened to this on audio and I was just enchanted. So I did end up finally getting a, what do you call it? A physical copy of this as well. And then same thing, just blurbs about the rest of the stuff that I read for that month that I didn't actually highlight. And here are my March stats and books read. Same thing with April. And then of course I highlighted One Piece again. This is volumes 4, 5, and 6, where they pick up Usopp and Sanji, and just love it. So the crew is coming together. And then I also read Tempt Me at Twilight by Lisa Kleypas. I love her. This is another in the Hathaway series. So yeah, and then of course I had to get down Blood Mark because it was phenomenal. Tracy Dion, my girl, the series. I cannot wait until the 3rd book here. So yeah, love this. And then I did this together. These are 2 books by Lucy Foley. I read The Hunting Party. I actually listened to both of these, and I love the way that she creates atmosphere. So The Hunting Party and The Guest List. I think I got them mixed up, and I was supposed to put The Guest List first because that's what I listened to first. But I love the way she does atmosphere, and how she typically has like a group of people come into like some celebration or something, and you get to know them a little deeper, and you understand that people are holding secrets and all kinds of stuff, and I enjoy both of these. Yeah. And then the rest of the stuff I read for this month here, and here are my April stats. May, as you can see, my painting that all over the place. I really enjoyed The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. This was the first and only thing that I've read from her, so I definitely want to read more. Well, them, because they're 2 different authors. I definitely want to read more from them in the future, so I do need to go ahead and try to pick up another book from them. So yeah, and I wanted to just kind of mimic the book cover, so that's why I did the painting here. Just loved it. Anyway, here are the rest of the books that I read for this month. Did not enjoy this. This was okay. This and this, no. Here are my May books and stats and stuff. And then we're moving into June. Again, try to mimic the cover, and this is where my book split on me. So I did pick up a different book. I won't be using Sunshine sticker code for this anymore. My next one is a notebook therapy book, so hopefully it will stay together much better than this. Anyway, Blood Sugar, loved it. Here's kind of what it's supposed to look like, I suppose. And then again, mimicking the book, This Could Be Us. Really enjoyed this book by Kennedy Ryan. But I love me some Kennedy Ryan. She is chef's kiss. And then, of course, That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf. Kimberly Lemming just does romantasy so fun and so well. So, yeah, here are the rest of the books that I read for the month. And my June stats. And then we're moving into July. And here is my favorite book of the year. I just wish you guys could understand why I love this book so much. It is so good. It's about found family and home and love and trust and just shape shifting and just so much. It's so much. It's so good. And yours truly, out of the Part of Your World series by Abby Jimenez, yours truly was my favorite. Loved it so much. It was so good. And I really enjoyed, first of all, it was a little bit of a hard read because it talks about kidney failure and stuff like that. And I have gone through that. But I really enjoyed the writing aspect and all of that kind of stuff. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Anyway, here are the rest of the books that I read for this month. And then we get into my July stats. And then here we go with August. And see, I didn't even fill this in here. And then highlighting One Piece again. We're doing volume 7, 8, and 9. And here we are finishing Sanji's story and getting into Nami's story and her backstory of why she is the way she is. Which is, that's the thing about One Piece, man. You get the surface level of these characters, and then you get the deeper stories of these characters, and you start understanding their why they operate the way they do, their motivations, their intentions. It's just wonderful. And then this is a mess. I really enjoyed Just for the Summer again, and I tried to make it really easy for myself to decorate this because I think I just was not feeling it. But anyway, so yeah. And then the rest of the books that I read for the month. And so here are, I think these are my August stats, and I just need to go redo that up there because I did that wrong. Yeah, because here's September. So this is actually supposed to be August. Ugh, just me not paying attention. So here's my September stuff. And the book that I really enjoyed was House of Bane and Blood by Alexis L. Minard, which reminds me, I do need to get the second one of this. I don't think I'm going to get the, the physical copy. I got the physical copy first. I think I'll probably just end up getting the ebook because I'm not sure about, I like the story and I want to continue the story. But I've already gotten rid of my physical copy of House of Bane and Blood. So I don't think it's something that I like enough to keep. But it's something I do want to finish reading. So in here I had left space for the other ones that I wanted to do. Like the featured stories I wanted to do. But it's around, not this time, but getting around the time where I'm trying to catch up. I'm missing things and da-da-da-da-da. So yeah, I can't remember which other ones I left space for here. Maybe Vera Wong? No? I don't know. I honestly can't remember. I feel like I left some spaces on purpose. So with these, I can't remember. So anyway, here are my September stats and books read. And again, I left spaces. Oh, I know I left a space to do feature When the Moon Hatched here. So here, I guess I should say, back here. And then this is November, if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see, I put the stuff down, but I did not fill it out. And I left room for here, maybe? I don't know. So here we have October. So October then. Yeah, not keeping up. Anyway, my October reads. Yeah, I left space for Rainbow Rowell's Any Which Way the Wind Blows and possibly Bewitched, because I really enjoyed those. And then again, put the stuff down. Did not put the whatever little blurbs of what I thought about it. I will tell you, I enjoyed these two. These are the Beyond the Highland Mists, or the Highlander series by Karen Marie Moning. They are historical romance, so enjoyed that. Daisy Hates. No, I'm sorry, I just cannot do the Magnolia Park series. I read Magnolia Parks, it was just okay. Daisy Hates, same thing. I feel like Daisy Hates is basically just like bougie maybe I shouldn't say bougie. It's just Magnolia Parks all over again, except they are in mafia, like they're doing criminal activities or whatever. So so Daisy Hates is just like, it's like the same situation. She has a love, childhood love she can't get over, and then everybody else seems to just magically fall in love with her as well, and she has all of these dudes at her beck and call, and that will do anything for her. It's like, this is the same story. Why am I reading this? And it's just as messy. So it was a no for me. The Ones Who Got Away, that was pretty good. And then of course One Piece, great. Brenda Joyce, this one, The Masquerade. And this was so funny. It was like it was pretty good. It was like it was good, and then I would consider DNFing it because I was like, what is this going on? And then something would happen and it would get good again. It was like back and forth. So I did end up finishing it. But anyway, here are my November stats. And then December, the things that I read. It was a lot of stuff. Like, seriously, I was getting it in December. And here are my December stats. And that pretty much is the end of this. Now, I'm hoping to do a better job next year, but we shall see. At this point, like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to try to film this stuff offline and show you and just kind of go through what I set up, or do it together. I don't know. I've just really been putting it off. And I know if I just do it and get it over with, it'll be like, oh, that was actually really easy. But that's just not how I operate sometimes. Anyway, so that is it. That is a complete flip of my... And then back here is where I would like fix stuff or whatever. So I have plenty of pages. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about this. I had to continue back here with the books, my icon of books. And then also with my count. So as you can see, I ended up at 100 here. And then I would just use these if I needed to fix something or whatever. So that is it for my reading journal for 2024. Hopefully by the end of this month, I will have something up for my reading journal for 2025. Let's cross our fingers. Anyway, I trust you all have been safe and well. If you have any comments or questions, please leave those below. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.